Welcome back. We are on night 16, and I'm going to explain my build for this one. Let's try seducing, terrorizing. That was successful, so that entire group disappears. We have 18 nights to go, 2 nights after this. This is a hero that when he loses health, he can never get it back. But to compensate for that, his armor does not deplete after each round. So on the next turn, he'll still have 10 armor or whatever we get. To keep myself from getting hit, I've turned myself into a speedy buffer. We're going to go ahead and start by casting Casket of Foul Stench, giving me 4 soul points. This down here is separate from the hero. Heroes can use different blood or necromancy or ferocity skills. And in this case, we've taken this hero and combined him with the necromancy skill. Soul is similar to the blood meter. The more you get, the more you can spend. We're going to go ahead and cast Summon Minion, which does not require a soul. And this is a normal level minion. They could be minor, normal, or greater. Now we're going to spend 1 soul to summon a defense minion. Oh, and this guy, he provides me 1 max AP, which doesn't really help because I've spent a lot of my perk points on getting AP. The skeleton, his specialty is that the enemy will prioritize hitting him, but they can still hurt me if they do area effect abilities. We're going to spend another soul casting Summon Attack. This one was a normal soul. This one is a greater soul. It's random. Sometimes I get a normal. It says here, summon 1 normal attack minion. A small chance to summon a greater attack minion. Same thing for a defense. Then we have 3 buffs, a buff for myself, and an attack. What I've just done is I've cast 3 spells, giving me the ability to activate Shadow Plate. That's my vampire specific skill. That gives me an extra 15 physical armor and 15 magic armor. There's no cooldown down here because this is dependent on what you act or what spells you do. So if you do attacks or buffs, you get different things. We're going to go and do 3 more buffs. We're going to do, looks like Barrier, which used to just give 1 character 10 fortified and 5 thorns, but now it gives to the whole party. We're going to cast Parental as well, give me an extra 20 hit points. You notice that we have 2 purple icons. The third one will give me another purple icon, meaning that I've cast a total of 3 buffs, so I can buff myself. If I do 3 attacks, I can do a special attack method. So there's 4 different flavors you can do. You can do 3 buffs for Shadow Plate, 2 buffs, 1 attack for, I think, recast. It lets you recast any one of these. It's a random selection, or lowers the cooldown by 1. When it says random selection, I think it can even pick skills that it doesn't apply to. It could remove the cooldown for this by 1, even though it's not activated, so it'll still be 7 turns, I think. I haven't really used it too much, but it doesn't really seem that effective. Then there's 1 buff, 2 attacks, which is one I really like. That's called Shatter. It allows me to take my physical armor and hit the enemy with it. I'll lose half my armor, but I'll do my physical armor damage. So I would do 40 damage to him right now. Alright, let's go ahead and continue buffing. To spend our last 3 AP, gaining. What this one does is gives 1 soul at the start of every turn. And this one gives me just more strength. It's just another buff. Alright, now that we've finished all our actions for the first turn, we're going to go ahead and use this reinforcing liniment. Doubles my current physical and magical armor. Now I'm up to 80 and 106. Now, the first turn is the biggest turn. The other turns don't really do anything for me because I've run out of abilities at that point. Okay, my character, I've given him a lot of block on the 5th turn of each battle, and then every 5 turns after that, he'll get 5 stacks of block. That means that's how many levels I've taken. Decay Pulse does count as a buff because really what I'm doing is I'm debuffing the enemy. It's not an actual direct attack. So we'll go ahead and cast it on him. We've got another purple Sparky. Cast Summon Minion. Now we have 2 skeletons, an AP giver, and an attacker. Notice that the skeletons that take the damage, they only 9 damage, but this wizard It's 31 times 2. Now, that being said, he is a greater minion, and these are medium minions. Let's go ahead and I guess we'll cast this 2 more times on him. I think that's all I can do at the moment. I don't want to do an attack right now. This deals 5 magic damage per current soul number, so I want to wait until I have greater soul power down here. Additionally, because of the way my hero build, even though it's down here, this is a hero build right there. The rest is necromancy build. But the hero build, he relies on me casting buffs as often as possible, or at least the way I've set things up. And end our turn. Yeah, this first night is just an explanation. And then night 17 and 18, or the night 17 will just be me kind of flowing through it. Since we already have a skeleton out, we'll just do a regular summon, not consuming a soul. I think we're good. I don't know what that was. He didn't do any damage, and I thought his turn was exhausted, but okay. The burn damage will take 33 damage at the end of every turn, and I just keep piling it on with Decay Pulse. We can also see that he has On Guard. If they had something like Thorns as well, or a regular attack would get me penalized, but because of some sort of responsibility. But since I'm just casting a spell on him, I don't receive his On Guard ability. This used to be just enough. Just having barrier on one person would be plenty, because really you only need one skeleton out. However, because I've picked the barrier skill again on a skill level up, it's basically the level 2 barrier, I can cast it on everybody automatically. It doesn't really help that much. Well, I mean, I guess because he is attacking everybody at the same time, I suppose it does. It is 18 times 10 damage, so 180 points of damage. Yeah, I don't want to get hit by that. That's what the minions are for. We're going to go ahead and use this again. I'm now up to 390 physical armor. We are turn 5. On the next turn, I would get another Eureka. So what we're going to do is we're going to just go ahead and waste a soul right now to get... Yeah, we're going to waste a soul. That didn't apply any bonus to anybody. We'll get Shadow Plate one more time. Now we're going to go ahead and spin at least one Eureka. And we'll end the turn, yeah, so that we can get some more souls. I guess because they died, I got souls out of it. When you reach max souls, you get a stack of Necrolord, which is over here. I get 1 soul passively, and we ended up with 4 souls. 2 from Necrolord, 1 from Soul Harvest. I'm not sure how else I got a next soul. I don't know where I got the other souls from, but I'm guessing that when I killed them, I got souls for this. It might have been something the Banshees were doing. We definitely want a defensive minion, though I just cast Summon Defense, so that was a bad move on my part. Should have cast Summon Attack instead. We'll take a chance and we'll cast regular Summon Minion, and thankfully it was a skeleton. If he did hit me, which he's exhausted at the moment, if he did hit me, I still have plenty of armor though. And we got 6 stacks of block. Let's go ahead and oh, darn it, I didn't mean to do an attack. I meant... Okay. Alright, I guess we'll just cast this, and I'll show you Iron Valley. Gain a random recastable skill, +1 recast, or reduce the cooldown of random skill by 1. Alright, you watch the bottom of the screen and see if you notice anything. Ready? I think this one got affected. Maybe not. I don't know. No. We'll go ahead and activate Casket of Foul Stench again. Right now, he's not exhausted, so he would take full regular damage. But when he was exhausted, he would take double damage. We're not quite ready to hit him yet, because I don't want to lose my armor and potentially get hit in the face back. I don't think he'll survive to take my hit, but that's fine because I don't want to take this plenty of physical damage. I don't need to wait until he's exhausted, but I want to make sure I have plenty of armor because remember that he's right now he's doing 220 damage. So if I reduce my armor by half, I will have barely enough to take that damage. And then after that, I'm hosed because I can't build my armor up any further because I've spent it. I'm playing extremely defensively. We'll go ahead and cast this once right now because next turn I'll get an extra recast. I only did a paltry 57 damage, whereas these guys are just doing. I just did tons more with everything else. So I didn't get to show my attacks yet, but that's fine. The whole point of me doing this a night early was just to explain how my Necromancer speedy buffer works. I'm gonna go for probably skill because we've already got a trinket. You notice that I have trinkets here. I'm not spending them every round because each new night the selection changes. It's probably not intentional. They probably will change that in the future. So if I don't see anything I like, I just go ahead and move on to the next night. And +3 strength for all minions for every defense minion on the field. Probably not going to be that good because I'm only going to have 1 out of 4 defense minions. Sacrifice minion. Deal damage equal to its max HP to a random hunter. Oh, that's not too bad. The reason why is I may need a way to get rid of the AP booster. We can see that I have spent 3 skill points in getting +1 AP, 5 skill points in Bear Mastery, 3 more skill points in skill slot. So I'm relying more on these rather than actual stats because my stats don't really matter. Very few of these things matter for my stat. My summoning minion, you can see that doesn't actually matter for my stat. It does say strength and intelligence, but that's their strength and intelligence, not anything based on me. My decay pulse doesn't rely on anything. I don't know. Maybe it benefits from my intelligence because it does say magic on the top, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't think it would. Sorry. The decay stack might. Sorry, let me try again. The amount of decay stats I apply are not affected by intelligence. I'm just not entirely sure if intelligence determines my ability to do damage. The reason I can't tell is I have this right here. This is a random event that happened. Every minion is summoned 1 block and 20 power, but starts the combat. But I start the combat with 30 negative intelligence or -30 intelligence. Is there anything that I want to apply? 20 plasma income, 3 critical. Put that in. We have tons of minions ready to roll. Let's see how many we need. We have 6 spare units. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I can do a full Greater Beast. I can do a full Undead. Alright, the reason I'm counting is once you enter the shop, you cannot look at how many minions you've got. If there's another 3 Gorgons in the shop, I'll go ahead and buy some. Otherwise, we'll focus on skeletons and then lesser beasts. So there's just the 1 Gorgon, but we can buy. Don't want that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. I don't have any of these, so we don't need any of that. A lesser Gorgon, we would need 3 of them, Gorgons, to level up just to level 2, and then I would need 2 more level 2s to get to level 3. So 3 lessers make a normal, 3 normals make a greater. Also, your undead seem to go through a gender change on each step. Reconnaissance, we don't have that anymore. I used to have one, but I dismantled it towards the end. Gain +1 intelligence, +3 lifesteal. I'm not allowed. I mean, I haven't actually tried, but I don't think I'm allowed to use lifesteal. It says that your guy cannot heal under any circumstance. Reduce cooldown of 2 random skills by 2. That's not really that interesting. This is a skill, so it's not something that just happens. You have to slot it in. Okay, so there's actually not much that was available for me here. We'll actually go and buy these traps, though. Guess we'll go and grab this just in case. And since I have plenty of money, I don't need to worry about selling this stuff. So yeah, we're done with this merchant. Oh, I guess we could... You know what, we'll go and get this. We don't... If it was an undead, we would. What I'm doing is I'm preparing minions for the final boss. I'm assuming the final wave will be a single minion, or a single boss, single unit, so I won't need the beasts. Beasts do damage to all hunters, but less of it compared to the skeleton. So the lesser version does 36, and the lesser undead does 52. The reason why they do so much is for this hero, he is Clan Deredian. And if you look at the 3rd item, Fleeting Fury, minions die after 1 fight, but they deal 4 times more damage. I've been applying my fame towards Terror because that gives me extra. If it's 4 times more damage, it's an extra 20 damage. You take whatever damage they used to do. I think for this guy it was probably like 6. Then you added another... Hold on, I'm not sure. Let me take a look at my notes. Okay, Lesser Beast did 4 damage. And then we added another 5 on top of that. Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, sorry. I guess I must be fuzzy right now. Lesser Beast does 4 damage, then we add 5 to that for my fame, that's a 9 damage. Times 4 is 36. So for me, definitely, more minions is better than upgrading them, but even then, lesser minions upgraded to a normal minion deal less overall damage. Once you start applying the fame in there, it's even better to have more lesser minions. We set all minions, we can see that we have 8 spare units. Realistically, we probably don't care that much about morale damage, but it might help us for the final boss. So we'll start merging them. That'll free up 2 spots. Go ahead and, I guess, merge another one of these. That'll free up 4 spots. Merge this. That'll free up 6 spots. And then we'll go ahead and take that, make a super beast. It doesn't look like there's anything after that because you can see he's not even down here, as in he's not emergible. Now I can fill up every room. I believe that when a character doesn't enter the field, all of your minions get used. Even though it says minions respawn after every invasion, remember that according to this perk, Fleeting Fury, minions die after 1 fight. That's their default response, so the fact it's mentioning that, I assume, means that they do not come back. I haven't actually tried it. I probably should have, but I thought I was doing really well on this, because the very first night we got this every minion is summoned with 1 block. I was like, wow, that's actually really good. So I didn't really spend any time experimenting. Okay. We have 16 unused fame points. That's intentional. We take a look at my fame right now. I want to get up to here. But I get some terror points every night. And I'm not spending any minions right now, so it doesn't actually impact me. And then any leftover points will spend it on whatever else. So we have 2 unused trinkets, that's okay. We have unused skill, yeah, we've already chucked all that. Exterminatus? Okay. Okay. So that's piercing damage. Which means my armor doesn't actually matter. This might be the end of my flawless run. Which doesn't really mean anything to you because you just tuned in and I spent the past 30 minutes already talking about my build. You haven't seen that we've gone through all 16 nights so far without ever getting damaged. It might not really only be the end of my flawless run, it might just mean I die. Because my character doesn't have any dodge. I don't know. And at the moment I don't have block. Until I get to turn 5, I don't have block. We couldn't stun him either, so I'm not really sure what other alternative we could have had. I guess we end their turn. Alright. Well, I thought it went through armor, but apparently it still took down my armor. Maybe it just did damage. But I spent my only turn of block. If I can survive, well, he applies 10%. I think it still might work. So I just need to get to turn 5 and I'll get another 5 turns of block, and that should help a lot. Should I summon it? I guess we'll do it now. Since he's doing Exterminatus, he's not going to attack this round. We'll have 2 turns of having extra defense around. Then if you try to summon a minion when it's full, you'll get +2 strength, +2 intelligence, which is not that big a deal for them. That just means 2 more damage. Alright, and then we'll see what the next turn brings, and then I'll start attacking. So I'm having a lot of AP that I'm not using right now. But that happens a lot for this build. For bosses, it's really important to just look at their abilities, because they do have weird abilities, such as they take 1 damage until this passive goes away. Or that's literally an ability an enemy had. Absolute Justice, reduce 2 strength and intelligence. Oh yeah, that's fine. My character doesn't rely on any of this stuff. You notice that he has his intelligence is already rock bottom. Okay, so I guess we'll start attacking. So we now have 5 turns of block. That's good. This is a max, or this is 3 attack for his vampire ability. Deals 10 physical damage, increased damage of the skill by 10 in this combat. It'll be 10 plus 19 right there. Not that much, but we're saving my armor for a final devastation attack, which we can see that I don't actually have that much armor. But now that I have block, I feel a little safer. Unfortunately, this does not apply fortified to me. Want to do it now? It is one. Well, it is kind of a burn of 1 turn, but we'll wait so we can get a higher multiplier. All right, let's go ahead and rental, summon minion, shadow plate, stack some more decay on him. When it's flashing red like that, that means I can get a free multicast. That's just based off of your minor attributes here. I have a 2% chance to get a free multicast. I'm going to get some more souls. We're at 70 now, so let's go ahead and do our reinforcing liniment. While I do definitely want more of it, the more cooldowns I waste, the less powerful I am. But just use that now. I'm up with the 140. But it's the block that saves my butt. I start each battle with 1 turn of block. I intentionally invested my heritage points in that. And only when I get to turn 5 does Bearskin activate. It's going to do 84 times 3. I need to make sure that we... And that says piercing. but it's 3 times. So even if he does go through my armor, I have 5 block. So unless he does it twice within 5 turns, which is always feasible, I should be okay. I should be able to continue my flawless run. Okay. And this last relic just adds 30 hit points to everybody. You can see that he's got 58 fortified, which sounds awesome, but remember that this dude's doing almost 243 damage. Not almost, exactly 243 damage. So 50 fortify is nothing. That consumed my entire physical armor, but it did burn 1 block, so okay, I was gonna say I have to do that. I have to take that again, but it hadn't updated him yet. So if I can survive 2 more turns, I'll get another 5 stacks of block on top of all of that. This is probably the closest I've ever gone to taking any damage, which sounds meager, but the thing is once I take damage, it means that all my defenses are down and I'll probably die, if not dead, at that action. We're about to hit turn 9. I'm gonna go ahead and do Eureka while I have all of these souls. Because I am a Necrolord, I'm gonna get 2 souls just at the end of my next turn. I can burn 1 right now, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. I don't want to necessarily spend this because he could kill my entire party at any point because of the sheer amount of damage he does. So we're gonna go ahead and end our turn, and I'm going to get ready to cast Eureka 2 more times to maximize my hero's ability. So we just lost a dude. When I heard that puff sound, it's like, oh, we beat him. It's like, no, not yet. That's my guy dying. Hiatus. Silence the skill for, okay, I mean, and it's 3 skills for 2 turns. All right. Okay, now we'll go ahead and use these abilities with whatever AP I've got left. Let's go ahead and we'll use Summon Defense. Make sure I get another one of those. Barrier. Parental. Is it parental? Yeah. When apply DK Pulse, or do I want a Summon Minion? I think DK Pulse. Let's see here. If the Inquisitor has less than 15% at the end of this turn, he heals to full. It doesn't say anything about him dispelling himself, which many of the heroes do. It'll say something like when he reaches 75, 50, and 25%, this hero will remove all passives or all debuffs on himself. We'll go ahead and cast DK on him. And he might heal himself to full. There might not be much I can do about that because I don't do a lot of output damage. I do a lot of buffing. The only non-buff spell according to the game here is this one for me. This is my only attack spell. DK Pulse even counts as a buff. Alright, so he's locked it down. Soul Harvest. Alright. Which had 5 turns of cooldown anyways. Eureka, so I can't actually attack him. I had no recast on that. I can't DK Pulse him anymore, and he has healed himself to full, which is not great. But since I have enough block, I feel more comfortable. I have 1 of these already. We'll go and cast Summon Minion, then Master of Minions, Shadow Plate, then we'll double our armor up to 110. End our turn. He healed himself to full, but that passive is now gone. And as battles wear on, I only get stronger. Absolute Justice. Reduce 2 strength. Wow, that is nothing to me again. But I have to look to make sure that nothing is going to catch me by surprise. Oh, maybe piercing doesn't mean it goes through my armor. Perhaps it just means it goes through every enemy. I have 40 burn stacks, by the way, which means that at the end of every turn, I'm taking 80 damage, which means I need to keep multiplying my magic armor or I'm going to start burning. when I hesitate, I'm trying to weigh decisions if I want to cast these other spells. Consuming souls, not gaining a minion, but applying another bonus here. So you notice that I'm now at 395. I was something like at 430 last round. So I've actually lost more magic defense than I have gained. Which means that we'll definitely rely on reinforcing liniment to continue. But he's almost dead when you consider the fact that we've already depleted 1 health bar. I do not want to cast any of these because I'm likely to lose them once they get their burn damage. Yeah, I have to kind of predict what's going to happen, or I'll probably die. Let's go and summon a defensive minion, just to make sure I always have 2 on the field at one time. If I were to spend my soul to make a shadow plate, that's just 15 armor, doubled, 30. So it's not that big a deal. We'll go ahead and just cast this. Remember that if I think I was at 430 because of my burn. Well, now I'm about to double that. I can last a few more turns. However, he is eventually burning me down. This stack is increasing, but so is my decay, which only deals 1 damage comparatively. So I've doubled the stacks of decay than I have of burn. But my DK does half the damage. We each take about 100 damage passively. Alright, every time I hear that puff, I think I won. No, that's just my guys dying. Let's go ahead and summon... let me think here. We'll do a regular summon, see what we get. Thankfully, it was not the AP guy. If it was, it'd be okay. There wouldn't be much I could do about it, though. I can't get rid of him without my sacrifice spell, which I didn't slot in, because these are all essential to me. Alright, he's probably going to die this next turn. We managed to pull through. I was really worried when I saw that piercing thing. So yeah, for every new boss, you need to really inspect him. The book was extremely immersive. I like that achievement title. Because, yeah, he is just staring at the book the entire time. This is the last night. I guess we'll get fame. There's an opportunity to strike fear into our enemies by destroying a village nearby. The soldiers guarding it would pose no real challenge, and I believe there are no negative consequences to doing so, my lord. How should we proceed? Well, this is the last night, so... I did 500 plasma. Plasma's just used to merge your dudes. 500 gold. We don't even have a merchant ticket, though I could probably get one with the merge panel. Not merge panel, fame panel. Send our inexperienced scouts for training, gain 2 move speed. This is the last night. There's no moving around once we start the phase. Guess we'll send our soldiers to pillage. Because we can potentially spend on fame. So we can, for example, we're going to get 2 random entertainment rooms for free. Anything else we got to claim? We can bribe hunters and make them go away for free. Well, not for free. Well, actually, maybe it is for free. I've never actually tried bribing. It might require a gold. That wouldn't make sense, but the other 2 abilities are free. So if this is not free, that means that this is vastly inferior. All right, let's take a look at our rooms. We have 2 living rooms. These are the 2 free entertainment rooms I just earned. I haven't been demolishing my rooms. Since this is the last night, maybe I should place a room, demolish the room, place the room, demolish the room, and I might get fame points. I'm so close to my first victory here, I don't want to mess with it though. We're going to apply these rooms now. Lesser minion. Well, we don't actually need any. Okay, we're gonna go. We don't need these anymore because this is the last night. Let's take out all these bonuses that give me per night. Random traps, lesser minions. Okay. And one of the heritage things I spent points on was allowing me to have 3 decors in the coffin room. I think it's just base of 1. So now I'll apply other stuff that could matter in battle, such as these. You can't right-click it. Unfortunately, right-clicking only takes them out. You can't drag off of it. You have to basically drag to put things on, and then right-click to take things out. It's weird when the game has an inconsistent control scheme. Yeah. All the other decors I had do not affect the battle. I could pawn all of these off and then hit the merchant. Alright, well, hit the merchant and then pawn all of these off. Tons of traps. And I've gone ahead and tried to order them. You can't order things in this screen. What you have to do is you have to slot them in and then pull them out, and then you can that's how you can move stuff around. I don't think it matters too much where I slot things in because of this boss. Maybe it does. I don't know. If in case it does, we'll go and just start slotting things in towards the end first. So this reduces 50% of the max HP, half effect on bosses. Apply these on the outer ones first. Then we'll apply, I guess, this. Wait, here's another one. Alright, that's all the percentage-based ones, and I can't see his stats. It would be nice if you could. Then this would actually matter more to me. Then we'll apply these arrows, which just apply flat decay. Looks like all of my traps, I just double-checked all my traps are confirmed. And that's all the traps I can use. As for minions, we have extra minions. Yeah, that's actually going to help out. So we go and take these lesser Gorgons, and then take the Gorgon. Alright, and do I have any minion slots open? I do not. But I would looks like I could get more undead in the merchant. Our trinkets and spells. Anything I need to change? Maybe I should put on the Jewel of Loretta for 1 block, just in case. It would only be good up to the 5th turn. After that, my bear skin takes over. I mean, it doesn't literally take over. I just have to survive till turn 5 to get my 5 block. Unfortunately, I don't know what this boss can do, so I can't plan for anything. Sucks. I might want more physical armor, or I might want block, or I might just want to keep my minions have 30 extra hit points. Okay. Now we'll spend our fame points, which you have tons of. Oh, actually, did I look at these yet? Since this is the last night, we might as well. Doubles the amount of decay. Probably that one. We got trinkets. Sometimes the music does that. It starts one track and then just begins an entirely different one. Okay. And we'll probably pawn these off, really. We spent all of these. Let's take a look at our fame. We want to get up to 42 at least. Now take a look at these. I actually haven't looked at anything past that. I could get another trinket slot. That actually looks good. This is why I didn't spend all my points immediately. Because once I reach this, that's time to think about other things. Again, a merchant ticket. If I spend another 6 points here, we'll probably try for that. We need 11 points, so we'll go and spend it now on the trinket. Okay. And if I spend 6 here, I can get the merchant ticket, so we'll go do that. This good allows me to convert my gold, decors, and any trinkets into other things that might be useful for me in this upcoming battle. I have 8 points left. We'll wait on that, and we'll go and go to the merchant now. Blood storage, general armor. I already have one that gives me 10, and I sold another one that I have one that gives me 10, and I saw one in the shop that gave me another 10, but I didn't choose to get it. It really depends on what the next bosses are. We've already done our Gorgon. This undead might help, because I think I only have 2 of these spirit banshee things already. Of course, I could always make more with the skeletons, but I wanted to max out my minions before merging. Because having more does more damage, especially when I give them extra plus 15 because of my terror abilities. Raise max HP. It's a trinket, and that's not. If it was a decor, then maybe. Involves one random minion. Oh, interesting. With a 6-turn cooldown. That might actually be better than my 30 HP one. Huh. I just don't know what the boss is like. That's the only reason I haven't done anything. I think I can replace one of my arrow traps. I don't know if they're all that level. This is my last merchant ticket. The only merchant ticket I had this round. We're going to spin on the fame points. So what are these? Decay buff. That's a decor. Yeah, we'll get that. 1 infold, double my damage. I'm not actually doing the damage unless it counts decay, which I'm not entirely sure it does or not. Since we probably have decor space available, we'll go ahead and, if I buy that, I won't actually. I have stuff to sell. That's how all the income-based things. This is the last night. Which is literally all my decor that I had to sell. Then we'll go and buy this. I mean, it's a perk, which means it doesn't require me to slot it in as a skill. So it's just essentially not free because it cost me 1,000, but it is essentially a free power-up. Do I want to sell any of this stuff? I mean, I'm not sure if I have decor space available. See, I've just bought 2. Let's hit M to open up my map. We've got 4 or 5 decor spaces available. I guess I could buy that. Days, lose 3% dodge, vulnerable, suffer 10%. This might be good for a long battle. I don't know how long this next battle will be. We'll hold on that for a second. It's only 140 gold, and there's really nothing more to buy anyways. I just could buy him. I don't think I'd be able to equip him. I could upgrade my jewelry room, for whatever that's worth. We're not going to. We'll hold on to the gold. Yeah, we did have a lower class poison dart. Slot that in. Had to you don't drop it here, you drop it here. Okay, we have 1 merge should do it. Oh wait, not them. This. So I've done the calculations, and not counting the fact that I get the plus 15 times 4 per minion, the upgrade to greater undead is fine. Maybe I better double check this. Hold on, let me calculate this. Give me a second. Okay, I did the calculations. I do lose some damage, and that's only because I'm losing the 15 times 4. However, I still lose a greater amount with the lesser undead. So if I combine these lesser undead, it's 92 plus 92 plus 92. That is, according to my spreadsheet that I just whipped, because that way I can look at the numbers still instead of having a calculator and losing the numbers. This is 276 damage. And then she does 124. That is going to be a loss of 152. However, if I use these undead, that is a total of 372 damage, and with the Greater Undead, that is going to be a loss of 112. Yeah, we'll take the smaller loss, and while you may say don't take a loss at all, I'm getting an extra, even one extra undead on the field is 92 damage. Extra. So we'll go and fuse this. Oh, that wasn't the one I wanted to fuse. I wanted to... Fine. Alright, I started talking and I forgot what I was actually doing. I meant to fuse these. But that's okay. And is there anything... Is there another merchant ticket? Down here, way past. Alright, I guess that's what we're rolling with. 42. We can only go to 58. 56. We won't be able to get this one. Doesn't look like I can get anything. This is the only thing I could have gotten. 15% discount on items. But it wasn't that I was lacking gold anyways. Alright, we'll set all the minions. Set all the remaining decors. And begin the battle. Oh, trinkets. Take that just in case. Invasion begins. I believe he ate all the minions and the traps, essentially. When they teleport in, I think all of your minions get applied. And I'm assuming all the traps get applied. I've never actually used any traps. He's down to 20 morale, which is great. These guys generally cannot be stunned, so it doesn't really matter that they reach below 50. It says here if morale reaches 50, hunters get stunned at the start of next turn. Alright, that's not piercing, that's nothing I have to worry about. Let's go and start. Begin that. Go ahead and apply usage limit of... That's fine, that's just an extra block to give me some time. And do I want to apply this yet? Or do I wait one turn? We'll apply it now because I have no idea what this guy's stacks are. And we'll go ahead and use the Rubedo Jewel to evolve one of these minions. Let's see which one happens. It's him. Only normal minions can be evolved, and that's what those two are normal. The one on top is a greater minion. Apparently he heals with that. Alright. Go ahead and do another one. An attack minion, that's good. And this is actually probably the best formation I could have asked for. Right now I've only have one thing spent in Decay Pulse in my Heritage, I believe, and one thing spent on the Necromancer itself. I can show you once the battle, the round ends in my favor or the enemies. When end their turn. The more you play, the stronger your abilities will get, so your consecutive runs will be better. This guy seems less scary than the first one. But summon one paladin. Okay. I guess if you were a single target damager, this guy would probably be a menace to you. The paladin is not that bad. If it was something like 2,000 hit points, then I'd be a little concerned. Heals all allies, deals double damage. There are some skills that just don't work. Trinkets as well, but this is early access. This is disappointing though when you get a skill and then try it in battle, it doesn't do anything. You can't even activate it. Oh, come on, you could have finished him off. Alright. I think they attacked him. How much is your heal for? $74. Alright. That's not too bad, considering you have 189 hit points. Paladin's ulti. You're not gonna put in the whole word there. Alright, you know what? Let's go ahead and, since we have as much soul power as we're going to get, then we're gonna go ahead and multiply our armor. This might be the one. This might be where I get to show you finally my Shatter Punch. So that's his name, Grand Cornelius the Luminary. Why does his name only appear when he's in the middle of attacking? So far he hasn't killed any of my minions, and no super negative effects are really appearing on them. I guess he's a minion summoner and probably a healer. Every time vampire loses HP, heals. And I don't even attack him. It doesn't matter if I'm losing AP. In my turn is when my guys attack, unless the AP loss carries over. I'll have to look, but it doesn't look like I'm suffering on any. Whereas the previous guy was probably the counter to me, with his piercing attacks and everything. I'm probably the counter to this guy, which is odd considering a paladin or cleric would be expected to be necromancers. We'll hold off on the more attacks. I generally only attack when I'm about to max out and recast. It's always sad when the music ends for the super boss battles. We'll hold off on that because there's this one, although it has a cooldown of 5, you'll see it has usage limit of 1. I can only use it one more time before I can't use it in this battle, in this invasion night any further. And so in case he does something that wipes out all my blocks, we'll hold off. The bosses that you face do appear to be randomized, though that should have been seen in my first episode when the first time I fought Thief and then a Hunter after that. So yeah, I have all my AP. My minions attacking him don't affect me for that. You can evolve one of my Banshees. Bam, bigger Banshee. There's always a gender change, which is kind of weird, but okay. And I think we're done with this turn, right? He has not defeated a single one of my minions that have come out. If I can ever get to 110 fortification, then he doesn't stand a chance. He'll never damage my guys. Well, I mean, he could always build up his power too. Man, it's just so weird that the music's over. Maybe in editing I'll add music. Oh, yeah, I suppose magic damage could hurt them, but they're not taking that much. I want to start attacking him now. DK pulse is not important that I spend it now because it's a recast spell, meaning it has a cap. I'll go ahead and start Eurekaing him now, because at turn 12 I won't be able to do any further, and I have a lot of soul power at the moment. Let's go ahead and double our armor. Maybe not, though. We'll wait. I want to punch him to death. We'll wait until he is down to less than my armor. I was trying to think if my Eureka would do more damage than 300, but I don't think so. This is... Okay, I was wondering if it goes higher than 100. Okay, this next turn, I punch him. Watch him dodge it, though. We need to get rid of my purples here. So we'll do attack. Should have sold up first. Attack. Buff. Time for a shatter. It's a 1684 plus 19 damage attack. 7,000? That would have one-shot him. I'm not sure where the extra... I really don't know where the extra damage comes from. I'm not sure how they calculate that. But it normally isn't that significant of a difference. I'm off by maybe 100 or something. I don't know. We have completed the game. That was Act 1. That was Act 3 right there. The separate acts themselves are not different events happening. Maybe the storyline events in the game change. I don't know, but the other acts, they're just essentially stages or difficulty levels, I think. I was thinking that new acts would introduce new mechanics or take place in different areas. Well, I can select the castle. I haven't changed anything yet because I wanted to record the first phase of the castle. That castle you saw is what you get in the full version of the game. It was not the demo fleshed out castle that you saw earlier in the Genesis mode, the first episode. You don't actually have to wait for this, but I am talking and it does give you something to look at while I talk. You get 86 heritage points, which is a huge amount. And 30 from reaching whatever level I'm about to get. We received, if I ever play this hero again, I get start every combat with 20 physical armor. Cool. And that means that because he doesn't lose his armor after every turn, or after every turn, that 20 armor will carry on to the next phase. But you do lose your armor on subsequent battles during that invasion phase, just like normal. Meaning that if you fight the first battle, you end with 100 armor. When you fight the second battle, you start at base armor, whatever your base is. Is that it? Nope, you're still going. That took me 3 hours to do 18 nights. I don't know if that's normal. I probably took way too long because I think too much. Now we're just gonna go ahead and hit continue. Oh, is that it? I think that might be it, right? No, I'm just gonna hit continue. Now we're talking defeat Act 3. That was Clan Deredian. Level 10? I feel like it should be higher than that, but alright. Survived night 18. We received all these talents, because I didn't have any of these talents when we started that round. It wasn't that I received Battle Hardened. I received Battle Hardened, Ancient Armor, Retribution, and the Fallen. Putting Magic Armor, lose a minion, gain 1 Fortified. Here are the overall bonuses. I'm not going to explain like each one as you go, but first off, each hero belongs to a clan. Picking that is one train of perks, but these perks are gained through experience, which is not the same thing as heritage. Blood, Necromancy, and Ferocity, those are the 3 skill trees you can pick. So I could have the Clan Deredian, and he could be a blood user, though it wouldn't help him because he doesn't get life back, which is the tendency for the blood spells. Not really. That's not all blood is, but there's many blood spells that say like get your life back for doing this, such as eating a guy, or spinning blood, or spinning your power. Unholy Regeneration, for example, it only applies to Gargoyle Skin. It probably was there in the Genesis version, but I didn't notice that when I was trying to get this. It's probably because I was just so excited to see like, oh, I can finally heal. Let me get that right away. So I only get that expense, I think it was like 50 points. That only matters if I play a blood hero. So it can be any of these heroes with the blood skill tree. These are the passives that just work. Blood Lance is the attack, and Gargoyle Skin is the defensive ability for Necromancy. Or for blood skill tree. Sorry. For the necromancy, we can see that I didn't actually have a lot spent here. We had one level 1 Underlord, just so I can start with the Necrolord stack, which is when you reach your max soul power, your souls deplete and you get a Necrolord stack, which gives you 1 extra soul passively and 10 magic damage every turn. We had Skeleton Shield, giving me 1 block at the beginning of each battle. This is before I even unlocked Clan Deredian. I just picked that because it was a low cost skill for what it sounded like. It was like, that sounds pretty good. Start each combat with 1 free hit. Yeah, I'll take that. Some of the enemies hit you for, we'll say, 50 damage right out the gate. I picked this one. I think it was like 20 points. Summon minions are normal quality instead of minor quality. Radioactive Decay, I now apply 5 to 7 stacks instead of 1. I think it was 1 when you start the game, maybe 1 to 2, something like that. Something small. We'll probably start applying more to Necromancy. We'll take a look at that. I'll think about what to spend my 118 heritage points on off camera. Ferocity, we haven't really done a lot with. I have tried it once, and I didn't like it too much, but maybe it's just because I didn't really leverage it properly. That could very well be the case, especially since I haven't spent any points on it yet. Ferocity hasn't had its moment to shine because I have neither spent the time in it or the heritage points. I'm just saying that because there are any ferocity lovers out there. We have General and Castle. Overhaul grants Coffin +1 health regeneration. When I saw that, I thought, oh, this means that if I maybe spend the night in my coffin room or just assumedly that your character rests in the coffin no matter where you are, you get 1 health back every night. No. As far as I know, this is actually your coffin healing. It has 10 hit points, and I think when a hero reaches it, even if they're plundering the room or chasing your lord, they just do 1 damage to the coffin. I don't think they do more than 1. Maybe it depends on like what veterancy status or boss status, I don't know. But I have had the coffin only hit for 1 damage, and then it heals back at the end of the phase. So it goes down to 9, goes up to 10. I think that's what this is. It lets the coffin regenerate by +1. I don't really need overhaul because I don't really plan on getting my lair attack that often. But that might not be a choice to have later on. We'll see, because I'll explain the castles in a second. Celebrities start with more fame points. We had Head Start, which was just 1 point. And there's all sorts of ability. Unfortunately, I don't even know how much what your experience gain is like. This might be only at the end of the game, like end of the match. In that case, I definitely want more veterancy. If it's during the gameplay itself and you get experience per kill, making your hero get perks or something, then it's not as important to me. So I don't actually know what this is for. Is this level 10? Is that what that is? Or is it in the game as you're playing, you get perks for killing enemies? I don't know. I will go ahead and get that now just in case. If it is something that towards the ranking up all this stuff, then I definitely absolutely must have that. Alright, now we've taken a look at the journal, let's take a look at castles. I only have Castle Nazmir. I cannot play Castle Valar or Castle Ludao. Ludo? We need to finish upgrading this castle before we can move on to the next one. It says here, Castle Valar. This heritage needs Castle Nazmir 2 to become available. We'll go and spin on that. Actually, no, let's not, because I want to show you what the castle looks like. We continue. All rights, a few nights more belong exclusive to Eternal Ludi. You beat the final boss of Early Access. You can try other lords, disciplines, and skill builds. Thanks for playing. We'll go to main menu. New game. Oh, and here's the button I didn't notice earlier. You can change the gender of your vampire. All of these are female, so even this is a female. I didn't really notice that, but yeah. The gender change only applies to the first few. 4, it looks like. The others are the same. I didn't realize. So this was the character I had played. It says here, blood mortality cannot be healed from any source. All stamina gains are halved. And Dark Binding, craft a skill out of the 4 options with combinations you make. I'm gonna just hit continue for now, just so I can show you what the castle stuff is like. Right? Unless I missed something. So we had picked necromancy. There we are. Okay. I was starting to second guess myself. I second guess myself a lot when I'm recording. This was the castle we had picked, and this is all we have to begin with. Here we can see other castles down the line. We can probably see that these are other entrances. This is probably an entrance right there. This is an entrance right there. This is an entrance right there, is what I'm assuming, judging by the silhouette. I can't escape out of this? Oh, again, there was just no back button, just hitting the escape. Now we'll go and spend on some heritage points on the castle. It says here, add 6 new rooms and 1 new entrance. One of the reasons why I didn't apply that is 1, I didn't really want another entrance, and 2, I wanted to show you that the starter castle is tiny, and you can eventually develop it, which I like building your castle over time. I just think it probably should have been done during the gameplay itself. And I think there should be a little bit more to the invasion phase. Maybe I haven't yet gotten to the complex stuff of the invasion phase, but so far it's just go to where the bad guys are, don't let them loot your rooms. It's not that bad. The worst thing I ever had was plundering enemies coming in from 2 different entrances. But other than that, I wish there was more to it, such as your minions move. Maybe kind of think of it like RTS stuff. I don't know, I might be asking for something completely different, or completely not the way the game designers are intending. But I do wish there was more to the invasion phase, like a strategic layer. Start with 1 bedroom. I mean, I don't know if I'll play Castle Nazmir another time. We may move on to the next castle. Merchant costs increase as you go to the next area. I don't like that at all. All right, let me check to see if I can actually activate Castle Velar. Probably not. Nope. Okay, so I do need to at least start with the 11 rooms. So that is a requirement. I've also started taking notes. I started taking notes primarily because I wanted to make sure that I could slot in the best things per room. A 2x3 room would not fit in a 3x4 chamber. I mean, I feel like it should. It would just be kind of a waste, but I feel like it totally should be applicable. So I started writing down everything, such as what things could fit in a 2x2, 2x3. Can I change that? No, it doesn't look like I can adjust. Once you've spent those heritage points, you're stuck with it. Yeah, there is a bit more than we had seen in the Genesis version, and I do like it. I think that there's some core elements that are absolutely missing, such as stuff to the invasion phase, rather than just moving your hero around. I think your minions should play kind of like an RTS role, where they can do battle, and maybe as they're fighting the heroes, if you walk up to them, it starts a battle like how we had with my Necromancer, except with the minions on the field. Alright, I think I did a good job of covering things that we didn't see in the Genesis version, as well as the winning build using the full version hero and a new skill tree. There was a lot more to the game that I had gotten to show in the first episode. Thank you very much for watching Tran Plays. A few nights more. I'll see you next time.